morning, everyone. Welcome to Sarah's Spare Corner. I wasn't going to make a video for a while because I am literally, I need to stop saying that. I am in the midst of writing a paper that's due in 2 days. I have a presentation and a paper due next week. I have assignments galore, essentially. The reason why I'm posting is I'm on YouTube. I'm just like minding my own business and about to turn on some like background noise so I can study, and I notice, oh, there is a Tears of the Kingdom gameplay video uploaded. Do I not? Do I clip it? Do I not? Like, what do I do kind of thing? And I decided, okay, I'm gonna do it. If I watch the video, should I record my reaction? Because it went over well last time, but then other part of me is like, okay, but also like, does anyone actually really want to watch me react to the gameplay? So I didn't do it, but then like I literally refreshed YouTube and I ended up watching the video, I should say. I ended up watching the video and then I refreshed YouTube and then it was like, this person reacts to gameplay, and I'm like, oh, I missed a chance. So this isn't about my reaction. Well, I guess maybe in a little bit, but I'm gonna actually present a theory. And I feel like people in the comments are gonna be like, well, duh. No, let me just go with this. So when we're talking about the Triforce, the ideas of how Hyrule exists based on creation of pieces of the Triforce, wisdom, power, courage. I wanted to kind of philosophically ask the question, is Link actually courageous? Which is kind of where I'm going with, okay? So follow me for a second. Link has constantly throughout the games been a silent, which, for good reason, silent because, you're self-inserting yourself into this world as an adventurer going off to kill Ganon. It's not courageous to do something that you don't fear. It's courageous to do things that you do fear. Here's where I'm going with this. I noticed, and I've noticed this prior, in certain parts of the game, Link has longer hair. His clothing's ripped up. Now, it could just be that maybe he had to go to the Shrine of Resurrection and had to deal sometimes with healing. But you notice that he didn't have long hair when he woke up. He looked exactly the same as when he did 100 years ago. So here's my thinking, okay? Follow me on this journey. And I hate to say this, like I absolutely do. I don't even want to say this, but I feel like it's possible. And I know that some other people have already said this, so this won't be a shock to say this, but some people have claimed that it's possible Zelda dies in the very beginning of the game, right? So when Link is reaching out his hand and he misses it, and then we see a clip of her falling down to the dark abyss, essentially, we can theorize, and it's strongly been theorized by other people, that Zelda dies. So my thinking is that the game actually takes place maybe 8 years after that happens, or time happens. And my theory is that after Zelda dies, Link quits any kind of behavior to rebuild Hyrule, to help people out, and almost goes into a darker state emotionally, dealing with the grief of Zelda, dealing with the fact that Ganondorf has risen, even though he just, thought that he succeeded in preventing the rise of Ganon, that he just essentially is like, I give up, because I feel like I did not make a difference. Now, it's hard to say because Link we've always known him to be as a courageous character. Okay, my uncle is off to the castle. Okay, I'm off to the castle. Okay, my uncle just asked me to go save the princess. Okay, I'm gonna go save the princess. We see him in various different versions of Zelda where he just goes ahead and does it. Doesn't even think twice of it. We've always known Link to be courageous. Here's where I'm going with this. What if Zelda dies and Ganondorf arises? We see clips where we see bokoblins mining ore. So there's almost like a long-term settlement, if you will, with these upgraded bokoblins, moblins. So this is why I think it's very possible that Link actually gives up at the very beginning of the game. So here's where I'm going with this. I feel like the plot is going to go, as I've said, Link goes through a depressive state, possibly becomes a hermit, enjoys his horses, minds his own business. But when pieces from the sky start falling, that maybe in a way he finds his courage again. So it's more about actually developing true courage within himself instead of blindly acting because I'm told to do so. Something that's very important for the holder of the Triforce is to become in what they have. In Breath of the Wild, we've seen in these snapshots, Zelda really struggles with finding her true wisdom, her true capabilities. But for Link, it's easy, and perhaps that is why Link is, we know that there is part of the Zonai tech, which confirm is somehow embedded in his right arm, possibly from his accident. Not sure how that fully is gonna work out. And maybe he really just does like fall asleep for a long time and then eventually wake up, and that's the explanation of why his hair is long and he's just courageous. But I feel like it would be a very compelling story to make Link not inherently courageous in this story. And it's partly maybe just because of my own bias, where I've just been thinking about this, like what does it mean to truly be courageous, and is Link actually the good essence of that? You know, there are many behaviors that require courage. Courage doesn't mean the same thing for every person. Public speaking may be very inherently easy for one person, where it could be absolutely difficult for another person. It would sum up the character of Link very well, conclude what Link is, and truly finds like some sort of absolute resolve, and maybe even find something in himself that we as a player can be way more compelled to love Link. Because I think we as fans, we already love Link and his storyline a lot anyway, but it would create a deeper connection with the viewer, and it would also create the gameplay to be more satisfying because you feel the fear that Link fears. You know, in a way, it's inherently human for us. We need, and sometimes, to feel fear, to do better, to be the best version of ourselves. And if Link is a character that doesn't feel fear to go storming off to the castle to kill Ganon, there is, like, for sure an empowerment there, but in terms of storyline, it's almost a requirement to have some sort of level of fear. There's a disconnect between Link just being a playable character and, you know, killing, like, this monstrous-sized Ganon, versus Link feeling any type of fear that we would feel and expressing that in the game. I just think it would be very compelling because the storyline of Link itself is supposed to be courageous. So that's why I'm saying, in my theories, it's very possible that there is actually just a couple of years. Breath of the Wild does a time jump of 100 years, and that's when we start. Tears of the Kingdom starts with a time period. Zelda dies, and then some mourning period, and then like Link almost in a way doesn't even care that the kingdom is just being overwhelmed with moblins and stuff. It would just be really cool to see like a period of time where Link is almost inactive because of just everything he's gone through, and then start up to the place where the sky is literally falling and it becomes an incentive to be courageous, to have that spirit of adventure again that maybe he lost after the death of Zelda. But like, again, I highly doubt this is going to happen. I just think it would be really cool, and it is a theory. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video, which hopefully will be soon because I am almost done my term. Alright, bye now!